Today, I want to share with you an interview with one of my students on the Gold course, and it's another IELTS speaking success story, and it's the story of how he finally succeeded in his IELTS speaking. Let's do it. Hello, it's Keith from the Keith Speaking Academy and the YouTube channel English Speaking Success, here to help you develop your speaking skills in a fun and professional way so you can face the IELTS examiner with confidence and ace the test. Today, I'm going to share with you, it's an interview with one of my students of the Gold course. It's Yafei, who is from China. Interestingly, he's from the same province that my wife is from. That's Shandong province. And he actually lives in Australia, but he's been preparing for IELTS since 2022 when he got a 6.5 overall. And finally, recently in February, he got a 7.5 overall and a 7 in speaking. It's interesting that just because you live in an English-speaking country doesn't mean you will become fluent. You have to study and practice. It's not automatic. And one of the great messages from Yafei today, I think, in the interview is the idea of confidence, believing in yourself, and persistence to continue and continue until, as he said, I finally succeeded and got the score that he wanted to get. So let's jump into the interview. He's going to share his journey, some thoughts, how he prepared, overcame challenges, and some tips to share with you. Let's dive straight in. Right. So, hello, Yafei. Nice to see you here. How are you?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm very well. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
That's good.
It's excellent to see you here. And well, first of all, I mean, congratulations on your result with your IELTS score and your IELTS speaking score. Before we jump into that a little bit, maybe tell us a little bit more about you, who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Okay, so I'm from China. But I moved to Australia around like 6 or 8 years ago. I can't remember. I'm very bad at numbers. But I was a teacher when I was in China. I had been teaching physics like for around like 4 years for middle school. But I moved to Australia and I found it's pretty hard for me to find a similar job. So I changed my career. I learned like hospitality management degree, and then I found a job as a barista, like food and beverages. Like this is normally students do, yeah. But I became a barista, and now, yeah, I'm still a barista, making coffee for a like corporate company. Not busy, yeah.
Got it. Great. And whereabouts in Australia are you living?
I'm living in the capital of the country, yeah, Canberra.
Canberra, right. Excellent. Nice. Good. Okay. You've been there quite a while, and you mentioned, well, you've taken the IELTS test. So why did you take IELTS?
I think it's just because my wife wants to apply the PR, the visa. So yeah, so I when I have a band score 7, I can add some like score for her. So yeah, so it's not a mandatory thing for me to do, but like just tell her I'm happy to help. Like yeah, I'm trying everything I can to help her. Yeah.
You're a very good husband, Yafei. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice. Now, you mentioned earlier, we were talking a little bit about your preparation and the time that you took to prepare for IELTS. When you were preparing for IELTS, what challenges did you face?
Well, I think you need to like prepare a lot of like, because there is a question bank there,
Right.
like it's available for everyone. Like So for me, I think I should prepare for all the questions. Yeah, I tried to go through all the questions, but I never I never succeed to like go through all the questions. At the beginning, I found like part two is the most challenging part. But for now, I think part three is the most important part. So I think like the focus, when you like I have to sometimes I have to make up questions to the answers. When you make up questions, like very easy to get stuck or you don't know what to say. So like the more you experience, the more you can put your story into those questions, the easier you answer and interact with the examiner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's very true. I think when you make up stories, it's easy to get in a mess if you forget where you are and what to say.
True.
But it's
Yeah.
better than saying nothing, of course. I mean, that's a good strategy. And I agree. I think part three is challenging because it's a long time speaking. But part three, when you go deeper, yes, it's very important as well. And often
Yep.
that's where you make the leap to a 7 or higher. Um, as you were doing your preparation, then I mean, you mentioned the challenge of part two and part three. Now you were studying on the gold course with me in your preparation.
Yep.
How did the gold course help you overcome those challenges?
I think I watched more videos on YouTube
Right.
than the gold course from you. Um, I think the gold course I think is very like comprehensive.
Mm.
It covered all the topics. Um, like you can find like all the answers, no matter how the question bank changed.
Mm.
It's like but like in terms of speaking, daily speaking, you have to cover those like a large range of topics. So I think it's like fully covered.
Mm.
That is one of the advantages. Another one is I think um, you have a lot of like record from the like live streaming.
Mm.
It's like you can always like have a look. You can also see the comments there,
Mm.
like what the curious is, what the feedback. Um, so they keep practicing, and like all the people are engaged with each other and with you. I think, yeah. So that is good. So like I think the resources we can access from your course is like um, pretty uh, large. Like
Mm.
uh, yeah. So that is I think another one is like the breakout room is pretty impressive. A lot of people you can see a lot of people working hard for the scores. They are very active, like to practice with each other, and they are friendly. So I think the atmosphere, the community offered, and like people encourage each other is pretty good for like making progress. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's great. That's interesting. That's good to know. I think for some students, the community is quite important for that motivation because IELTS
yeah,
can be quite challenging and stressful
yeah.
for some people. Yeah, it's
True.
great.
Yeah,
You mentioned the topics, and I agree. It's interesting. I mean, my suggested strategy for many students is to cover a lot of topics and general topics, and don't worry too much about very specific questions because, as you mentioned earlier, it's impossible to prepare every single question. Even if you find, I know you can find the question bank somewhere on the
yeah,
internet. It's not
yeah.
official, but it is there. People
Yeah.
try and memorize all the questions. I don't think it's the best way to do it. I think having a more general skill and ability in speaking is better. Mm.
Yeah.
So as you have now done your IELTS test, you got the result that you needed. If you were to give any advice now to students who are starting to prepare for IELTS, what advice might you give them if you think about what you would have liked to have known?
I think so like we here talking more about speaking, but I have to say all the four sections are related to each other. Yeah, the more you're talking, the more you're reading, and like the more capable you are to do the writing and maybe listening. So I think for speaking, it's quite like when you're talking a lot, when you communicate with other people, like you can easily improve your listening skill. I never practice like listening because I talk to people every day. I try to understand them. So yeah, so that it can help you. But like, and in terms of speaking, uh, just like I mentioned earlier, if you focus more on part three, you can grab more and more thoughts, ideas, and you can argue with people, and then this can help you to improve your writing skills. So all the your writing will be improved because of you have a clear idea about what you are talking about, like what you are going to argue, what your thought is. Yeah.
That's a very good connection. I totally agree. Part three and speaking and IELTS writing are
Yeah.
very strongly connected.
I
The
think
idea.
I think if you can figure out like part three where like you can handle it,
Yeah.
and writing will become very easy for you. Yeah.
Right, right. Excellent. Good. And as you mentioned, not just speaking, but you're working on all four skills is important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Excellent. So for you, what's next? I guess is it your wife applying for PR? Is that the next step for you and your family?
Uh, so my wife got so we're trying to get the visa 190. I'm not sure she's dealing with that. I'm not care about it. So I don't care about it. So she's dealing with it. But before, I think we both need a band 7 at least.
Mhm.
But she changed her mind. So she asked her company to sponsor her so she can get another visa and then change to PR. So I think now my score is not that important. Yeah, but I'm happy because to achieve band score of 7 is like one of my dreams. So I'm so excited to get to get this level of English. So I'm pretty happy, and I think learning English, like get a band score 7, is not just the end of learning English. It's just a new start. Yeah,
It's the beginning. I totally agree. Yes,
yeah.
that's great. You've done a great job. I mean, all the hard work you've put in and the time you've prepared, you deserve that 7 for sure. I think it's great. Very, very good. Congratulations again. And
Thank you.
I'm curious because you're living in Australia. I mean, you come from I'm not sure where in China you're from. Um,
Um, North is Shandong. Shandong. Do you know Shandong?
well, of course I know
Um.
Shandong. My wife is from Shandong province.
Oh, really? Which
Yeah,
city? Uh.
Jinan.
Oh, Jinan, the capital of Shandong. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
My wife's mother is from Jinan. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess in some way we are Laoxiang in a little way.
Yeah. Laoxiang.
That's
Yeah.
great. So I was curious. So you're moving to Australia. What kind of cultural differences have you noticed?
Um. I think the most significant difference is, I think, the way students learning uh, in here is quite. There are a lot of uh, teams teamwork, a lot of research you have to do.
Mhm.
It's more about yourself, how to develop the skills instead of memorizing the knowledge from the book. uh, it's more important here, like to apply your researching skills to grab the knowledge from the internet or the library. So, and also the students here are more independent than the ones in China. Uh, like a lot of native students like work after school, after uni. They rent their own maybe apartment with their friends or like other people, but like they start earning money, they have the plan. But a lot of Chinese students, they don't do that. They just spend the money the parents gave them. When I was in uni, I didn't work at all. So my parents sponsored me as well. So I think in my spare time, I just play video games and enjoy all the activities. So I don't have the responsibility. I don't have a plan for the future. So I think if students started doing that, like they know how important they can get supported by the parents to do study only, you know. Yeah, that is precious time. You can just like you can yeah, that is the only time you can. After that, you have to make money for yourself. Yeah.
Responsibilities come and they get bigger and bigger. That's right.
Yeah, but like when they have like when they have to face the responsibility, it's kind of like without not much practice, not much because they just in the bubble, they don't have many contact or interactive with the society. So a lot of students feel it's so hard to do that. Yeah.
Right. That's very interesting insight. I think it's interesting. It's similar in Australia and the UK. I think during university, students begin to build up skills and experiences that they will need in adult life, I guess. Yeah, very, 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 very useful. Great.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Bye-bye. So there you are. Thank you, Yafei, for sharing your journey. Thank you, all of you, for watching. I hope that has given you some good ideas, some clarity and motivation to keep going and be persistent in your study and your practice, and you will get there. You will get the result that you want. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give me a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And if you want to find out more about the IELTS Speaking Gold course that Yafei is on, just click on the link below and you can get more details about that. And there is a discount for YouTube fans. If you click on the link below as well, you can get access to a discount on the course. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.